Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Andrew, and welcome back to Sports but Casually. And welcome back to another doubleheader of my NBA news and update series. This week we'll be talking about both week 13 and 14. So the dates will run from the 14th of March to the 27th of March. And it's been a very eventful last few weeks in the NBA. We recently had a trade deadline that just occurred, I believe, on the 25th. A lot of key injuries to Rookie of the Year and MVP candidates. So that, depending on how some of those players, how long they stay out, that could totally change the not only the landscape in terms of standings, but who wins those awards. But first, I gotta let y'all know, if y'all want some shorter videos of mine reacting to a lot of trades and news in both the NBA and the NFL, go ahead and subscribe to my TikTok channel, or follow my TikTok channel at SportsButCasually. Yeah, it's still weird to have a TikTok channel after I went a whole year with saying I ain't downloading this, and now I can feel my life wasting away on it. But without further ado, let's get into week 13 and 14, starting as always with the big headlines. Kicking us off, on the 16th of March, Steph Curry became the Warriors' all-time leader in assists as he passed Guy Rodgers to become the franchise leader. Congratulations. On March 17th, Damian Lillard moved to 7th place all-time in the NBA in 50-point games. So congrats to you, Dim. Staying on the 17th of March, Norman Powell scored 43 points and had 0 assists. This is the most points a player in Raptors franchise history has scored in a single game without recording a single assist. So congrats to you, Powell. Also, Norm, you were traded to the Trailblazers. It's okay, I'm gonna miss you, bro. Thank you for everything. Still love you, bro. Also, on the 17th of March, the NBA released more details about their play-in tournament that they'll have at the end of the regular season. I will leave a picture with all the details right across here. It's pretty straightforward, but in case you don't understand, so at the end of the regular season, the 7th and 8th seed in each conference would play each other. The winner of that game would get the 7th seed, and the 9th and 10th seed would also play each other. Winner of that game would play the loser of the 7th and 8th matchup, and whoever wins that matchup would get the 8th seed. See? Simple. Also, on the 17th of March, the NBA set a record for most triple-doubles in a single day of games with 6. The previous record was 5, which was actually set on March the 13th. So, more players racking up those triple-doubles. I love that. Oh, by the way, those players in questions were Draymond Green, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Domantas Sabonis, Nikola Jokic, and Ben Simmons. So congrats, you guys. Moving on to March 18th, and that's when LeBron James moved to 20th all-time in the NBA in games played. So congrats to you, LeBron. He's actually not too far off from moving to 19th place, but he's currently injured. If he gets back in the regular season, I assume he's going to move into 19th before the playoff. On the 19th of March, Minnesota Timberwolves rookie Anthony Edwards scored 42 points. He actually broke a couple of records with that performance. First off, he became the 3rd youngest player in NBA history to have a 40-point game. Secondly, that was the most points scored by a rookie in Timberwolves history. I mean, considering the amount of number 1 overall picks they've had before, it's kind of shocking. And thirdly, that is the most points scored by a rookie this season. On March 20th, Keldon Johnson recorded a 20-point and 20-rebound game. This is the first 20 and 20 game that the San Antonio Spurs have had since Tim Duncan last did it against the Hawks in 2013. So congratulations, Keldon. That's a weird name. On March 21st, the point guard Chris Paul became the 6th player in NBA history to record 10,000 assists. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. Congratulations, CP3. And finally, the 25th of March marked the trade deadline day. So, as a confusing day as it always is, I decided I would leave a link in the description below. So, about most of the moves that happen, so you know which players moved from which team, So you guys will be a little less confused if you turn on the TV and see a new player on your roster. But this trade deadline day was also very historic. This deadline day saw the most number of trades happen, involving the most amount of players and the most amount of teams in the last 35 years, which is truly astonishing. And now it's time to get into my one interesting thing for the last 2 weeks. And that came on the 25th of March, where Sacramento Kings player De'Aaron Fox scored a career high 44 points. This is actually the most points scored by a Kings player since DeMarcus Cousins. You remember Boogie? Yeah. Since 2017. Wow, that's a poverty franchise. So, congratulations on the career high, De'Aaron Fox. And now the time has come to discuss my players of the week. Players of the weeks. Starting as always with the Eastern Conference. And it was some stiff competition for these last 2 weeks. However, I decided to give it to a new face, Tobias Harris of the 76ers. With Embiid injured, Harris has really been stepping up to the plate, showcasing his efficiency and playmaking skills. He looks like he's finally worth that max he got a few years ago. In the 8 games he played, he averaged 24 points, 5 assists, just above 8 rebounds, and almost a steal and a half per game, shooting almost 53% from the field and 45% from 3 on 3 attempts a game. Moving on to my Western Conference Player of the Weeks, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, this was a tough one, boy. I was caught between Donovan Mitchell and Zion Williamson, and I kept going back and forth. But after much debate, I'm going to give it to Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz. It's been a long time coming. Mitchell has been taking his game to a new level this season and has shown improvement all around. Not bad for just a shot chucker, huh? In the 8 games he played, he averaged almost 31 points, almost 6 assists and 4 rebounds a game, getting just above a steal a game, shooting almost 52% from the field and 47% from 3 on just above 8 attempts per game. Now it's time to get into my rookies of the weeks, starting as always with the Eastern Conference. And this week my rookie of the weeks in the Eastern Conference shall be Isaiah Stewart of the Detroit Pistons. The 16th overall pick has been playing his role well for the young Pistons team. He comes off the bench, rebounds, dunks and blocks shots, and he's actually been taking threes. He's showing all the signs of developing into a good modern day big man. In the 7 games he played, he averaged just under 10 points, a little above 5.5 rebounds a game, shooting just above 60% from the field and also 45.5% from 3 on a little over an attempt a game. And now it's time for the Western Conference Rookie of the Weeks, and I've decided to give it to Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves. The first overall pick has been finding his footing recently as he's on the upward trend in terms of his efficiency. Not to mention he had a 42-point game. With LaMelo injured, he could really make a case to have a run at the Rookie of the Year award. In the 8 games he played, he averaged 25 points, just under 3 assists and just above 5 rebounds a game, also averaging just above 1 steal a game as well, shooting almost 42% from the field and just under 34% from 3 on almost 10 attempts per game. And now it's time for our final segment, the conference standings. So it's been 2 weeks, so a lot has changed. I want to know how your favorite team has done after week 13 and 14. Did they move up in the standings? Did they move down? Or did they just stay the same? You guys let me know in the comments below. And that's it, everybody. Hope this video helps you get caught up on everything in the NBA or things you've missed in week 13 and 14. Next week we'll be back recapping everything that happened in week 15. So with the trade deadline finishing on the 25th, we now have an idea of the final rosters for every team going forward to make a march for the playoffs. Of course, minus some buyout players here and there. So if you guys may recall, it's now a 72 game season instead of an 82 game season. So it's really, as you said, the final dash, the last sprint to secure, I was about to say home court advantage, but that doesn't really matter with no fans in attendance really. So find a place to secure your seating, a favorable matchup, or as we said earlier, just get into the 10th seed so you have a chance to make it into the playoffs. But thank you guys so much for watching. Just remember, if you want some shorter videos of my reactions to the things that go on in the NBA and NFL world, make sure to go over and follow me on TikTok. I try to post there pretty often. It's a lot easier to get off than a YouTube video, I must say. But take care, you guys, and I'll see you all next week.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.